Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwedash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. And I want to say shalom to Akhman Akhwelt out there pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. Alright, and this one's more so a follow-up, alright, to one of the previous lessons that I've made. Now going back quite a bit ago. Let's see, we had a video we made. Alright. Slakia. Should be down here. Yeah. So 2 weeks ago, precisely. Alright. It was called Judgment Has Been Going Out Heavy. Repent. Alright. And of course it was going in on the Syria and Turkey earthquake. Alright. I myself, as well as a number of other brothers, had made lessons upon that situation. All right, and just as of recently, 6 people killed in an act of judgment. Another lesson that I made, we did an update where I believe it was close to 40,000 people dead now. All right, and that was 3 days ago. Okay, now as of lately, all right, this was, how long ago was this? This was 2 days ago. All right, this is from BBC. We got another one from Fox as well. Okay, now we'll move that one over. All right, this one's from Fox. Says Turkey hit by another 6.4 magnitude earthquake, leaving at least 3 dead. Okay, and now the number has skyrocketed up even more. As we can see, it says about 4,500 people died across Turkey and Syria. Now, 2 days ago when we did it, remember, it was 3,500. All right. 3,500, so that's another 10,000 done. All right, and this number is going to rise and rise and rise. Okay, this is the destruction that the Lord speaks of bringing. All right, when in the latter days when He visits the earth. But hey, you people don't get it. You people don't get it. Okay, so Turkey hit by another 6.4 magnitude earthquake, leaving at least 3 dead. It says about 4,500 people died across Turkey and Syria from a 7.8 magnitude earthquake on February 6th. Okay. So, here I am. I'm trying to go with the pen again. Keep on forgetting the pen. Pen needs charged. All right. But, so we got 4-year-old girl pulled alive from rubble in Turkey. We're not going to really watch any of the videos. All right. Especially after the whole Marlon Brando incident that just occurred. With the whole, getting copyright struck and having the video taken down, having to edit it out. So we're gonna, we'll go back to videos eventually, but I'm gonna give it a minute. It says a 6.4 magnitude earthquake ripped through southern Turkey on Monday, just 2 weeks after a 7.8 quake devastated the area. At least 3 people died and hundreds of others were injured in Monday's quake, which centered on the town of Defne and could be felt as far away as Egypt. Search and rescue options were underway again for people trapped under toppled buildings, according to AFAD, Turkey's Emergency Management Authority. And I don't know how they differentiate between the two. I guess it's the different cities. All right. It says Turkey was still in the beginning stages of recovering from a 7.8 magnitude earthquake on February 6, which left at least 4,500 people dead. That number's soon going to be 50,000, and it'll soon probably be 60,000. All right, that's a lot of people. All right, that's a lot of fucking people. All right, 45,000 people dead. All right, that means if you were working at your job, all right, and you were in this area, that means more than likely you have quite a few dead coworkers. All right, if you weren't among the ones that died. All right, it says Ali Muslim, an 18-year-old resident of Antakya, told Agence France Press that he was with AFAD looking for the bodies of his family members from the previous quake when Monday's tremors started. All right, so I guess they were there as well. It says, you don't know what to do, Muslim told the outlet. We grabbed each other, and right in front of us, the walls started to fall. It felt like Earth was opening up to swallow us up. About 1.6 million people are being housed in temporary shelter, and construction is set to being next month on nearly 200,000 new homes, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said earlier Monday. And there you see some of the destruction, man. If you've seen the aerial photos that they did of Turkey after the man, that city or wherever that was practically leveled, man. Says Secretary of State Anthony Blinken visited Turkey on Sunday to survey the damage and pledged $100 million in aid. This is going to be a long-term effort, Blinken said Sunday at a joint U.S.-Turkish facility coordinating the distribution of aid. The search and rescue, unfortunately, is coming to an end. The recovery is on, and then there will be a massive rebuilding operation. Yeah, because it's been 2 weeks, man. Most of those people that ain't been found yet are more than likely dead. All right, so... And that's another terrible judgment. Imagine you didn't die in the actual quake, but you starved to death, or had a heat stroke to death, or whatever, or you survived it. All right, but then you shifted or something, and then it moved and crushed you that way, man. Hey, judgment of the Lord. All right, it's judgment of the Lord. So here from BBC, we'll read a little bit of this one as well. Turkey earthquake, deadly new tremor traps people into rubble. So there you go. We'll watch a little bit of this video. All right, it's 20 seconds. All right, again, this is for review. This isn't like we're profiting off of it. All right, this is a news article is essentially what we're making here. So that's allowed legally under the Fair Use Act. Okay, so again, as I always say, if if it does get strike there, I will dispute it. So let's go ahead and play a little bit of this video.
Deprem oluyor. Çok büyük deprem
There you go. There you go. It says rescuers are once again searching for people trapped under rubble in Turkey after another earthquake hit the country, killing at least 6 people. It says, let's see, we're going to skip most of this. Buildings weakened by those tremors collapsed in both countries on Monday. Said Turkey's Disaster and Emergency Agency says the 6.4 earthquake occurred at 20:04 local time, 17:04 GMT at a depth of 10 kilometers, 6.2 meters. All right, this is BBC, a British, broadcasting channel, so of course it's going to be in military or 12-hour format time. Or no, 24-hour format time, Slovakia. Says this was followed by a 5.8 aftershock 3 minutes later and dozens of subsequent aftershocks that were not as severe. Okay? Oh, Slovakia. All right, so there you go. You don't really, let's see. Says the health minister, Dr. Fahrettin Koca, said 294 people have been injured, 18 of them seriously. So there might be even more people that die from this event as well. That's true. It says it's thought that the death toll has been relatively low this time because the earthquake struck in an area that was largely empty after it was badly hit in February 6th quake. So it hit again, but, a lot of people were either dead or already evacuated from that area anyway. But it still got him, man. It still got him. We don't really need to read too much more on this. All right, we're just going to jump straight into the scriptures. Hey, man. There's no denying this is judgment. All right, 2 times. All right, in the period of a month. All right, that's Hey man, if you don't believe it's judgment from the Lord, then you must be a little touched in the head because it's painfully obvious. All right, it's just you people don't have the mental capacity to understand it. All right, or you just don't have the mental capacity for faith either. All right, so let's go and grab 2 Esdras 9:1. I wish this would... There, you don't have to worry about that happening no more. 2 Esdras 9, verse 1, all right, down through 5, it reads, and this is what we're speaking of, all right, what I spoke of when it says the Lord's visiting the earth. This is what I was speaking of. 2 Esdras 9:1 down through 5. Okay, these are the things that are going to happen when the Lord visits the place which He created. All right, So let's grab it. 2nd Esdras 9:1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before. What signs were told? All right, the signs of the coming of the Lord. All right, the things that would happen in the end days. All right, he didn't give you an exact date. He didn't say February, 1st. He didn't say, January 22nd. He didn't say December 7th. All right, or whatever. All right, he didn't say that. He said, hey, look, watch for my signs. I'm going to give you signs, all right, and these are the signs you need to look for. All right, meanwhile, people are trying to put a date on things and all this confusion and grumbling around, all right, they don't even realize that all the signs are unfolding right in front of them. All right, but we need to put a date on it. Now, they've done it several times, all right? They tried to do it in 2020, I believe. I think they tried to do it, in 2019. There's some around like the 2015 and 16 area. I think I remember definitely, around 2012, the year 2000. All right, that's why you don't put dates on things, man. All right, and that shows you, that shows you the I don't want to say this, the faith capacity of Elder Apostle Tahar as well. All right, because back at One West during the the 2000s, when the whole 2000 thing was going to happen, all right, it was being taught by some that that was going to be the year the world ends, all right, and that the Most High returns. And Apostle Tahar was the one that said no, it can't be. The prophecies haven't unfolded yet, all right. And after that, guess what? Everybody was waiting for the world to end, and guess what? When it didn't happen, guess what? A lot of people bugged out and fell out, all right. But look who's still in the truth, all right. Look who's still in the truth: Elder Apostle Tahar, Elder Apostle Gabar, Elder Apostle Ramallah, all right, so on and so forth. Other Apostle Rakah, all right, and so on and so forth, all right. But all those guys that were banking on dates here, all right, I'm not going to say all of them fell out, all right. Some of them might have continued through, even banking on a date, but a lot of them fell out, man. All right, that's why you don't want to, next week the Lord's coming back, and then you have all your heart set on next week, and when it doesn't happen, you feel like the Lord's betrayed you or something, and you bug out. All right, no, you got to watch for the times, all right, and watch for the times. How do we know what time we're in? All right, through the prophecy. All right, what prophecies are we waiting for now? All right, can anybody answer? I'll tell you. All right, the prophecies we're waiting for right now are the implementation of the Matoba, all right, the M to the O to the T to the B, the mark, all right, the physical mark, okay, the physical mark, okay, that the people with the spiritual mark are not going to receive, all right, if you have the mental capacity, Salakia. If you have the mental capacity, Salakia, as my brain, makes me seem like I don't have the mental capacity. But no, if you have the mental capacity to understand that, all right, the people with the spiritual mark are not going to get the physical mark, all right? Ooh, that might be a little too deep for some of you, all right? But the people that understand, they'll understand, all right? So that's what we're waiting for, all right? We're waiting for what? The physical mark to be implemented, all right? And it's rolling out, all right? They're working on it, okay? You're already hearing news about it more than you ever have, all right? We're waiting for, the coming of the Lord in World War III, all right? That's what we're waiting for, all right? That's what we're waiting for. And those are the major prophecies. We're waiting for other things such as, the famine of the word, all right, and so on and so forth. But the major ones, the two major ones that we're waiting for are the Matoba and the return of the Lord, all right, in World War III, all right? Well, three major, all right? So, but really, that World War III is gonna hit, all right, and then Yahweh Shem Shai is gonna turn up, all right. So 2nd Esdras 1 and 9. We'll start from the top, or 9 and 1. It's lucky if my dyslexia doesn't go crazy on me. Every once in a while, it decides to, switch numbers around. All right, I'm not sure if that happens to everyone or if that's just slight dyslexia. Who knows? 2nd Esdras 9 and 1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, or when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before. Then shalt thou understand that is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Let's read that again, because the point's in 2. All right, 2 and 3, really, in 4, and 5. All right, really the whole scripture, but the peaking point, all right, is kind of in 2 and 3. All right, for this lesson. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. All right, and what's going to happen? What are going to be the signs of that? In verse 3, it says, "Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things for the days that were before thee, even from the beginning." So what does this mean? The days before thee, that even from the beginning. That means these things were spoken of before you were a twinkle in your daddy's eye. All right, before you were thought. All right, before you were thought in your parents' mind. All right, or not thought. Before you were mistaken. And then there's no such thing as mistake babies anyway, because the Lord wanted that baby to come into play. All right, but that's what's even before the beginning. All right, everything, the script was written. All right, before everything got was put into motion. All right, so who you are, who you're gonna be, all right, who you're gonna date, all right, who you're gonna live with, all right, what kind of money you're gonna have, what skin tone you're gonna have, all right, are you gonna be, are you gonna wake up to the truth, or you're not gonna wake up to the truth? Are you an Israelite or you're not an Israelite? All right, what nation are you from? All right, what kind of car are you gonna drive? All right, what earthquake's gonna happen when? All right, a great fire when? Major earth disasters when? All right, all these things were created before during the creation. All right. Even from the beginning. They were created from the beginning, before everything came to play, all right? And the movie was pressed play, all right? The script was already written for how it was going to go, all right? From how it was going to go, all right? Everything that Moses was going to do was already pre-known. Everything that Paul was going to do was already pre-known. Everything that Aaron was going to do was already pre-known. Same with all the prophets. All right. Same with all everybody that spoke in the Bible. All right. Same with you. So everybody in your family and everybody you see walking down the street. Everything before they did it was already foreknown. All right. Everything just as the elect, they were predestinated. Everything is being pre-planned, man. All right. And what's happening now is that the button on the tape recorder has hit play. All right. But before it was recorded. All right. And now it's getting played back. All right. Same thing with a script. All right. You write the script, and then what happens? All right. The play goes forth, or the movie goes forth. All right. So that's what's happening now. All right. So what about now? I can walk across the street. Well, yeah, but the Lord wanted you to walk across the street. All right. We have the illusion of free will. You think you can do whatever you want. Like if I jumped up right now and started going hula 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 la 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 la, and just started making a fool of myself. All right. And started doing started clog dancing. All right. Well, guess what? The Lord would know that I was going to bug out at that specific point in time. All right, or if you decide to, I don't know, pick up the drink that's sitting next to you and huck it at the wall and say, "Look, I have free will." Well, the Lord already knew you were going to do that. That was already pre-written that you were going to hear this. All right, and then you're going to say, "I have free will," and then you're going to pick up that can and huck it at the wall. It was already known, man. So you think you have free will, but you really don't. All right, everything that's coming out of my mouth right now has already been written. Everything you're thinking in your mind right now has already been written. All right, it's really not that hard of a concept to understand if you have any mental capacity. If you have any mental capacity in any way. All right, saying like to play games. All right, as soon as you try to say mental capacity, then mental. All right, no, mental capacity. All right, if anybody with a mental capacity can understand that. All right, but some people aren't gonna go, "That's too deep. That doesn't make any sense, brother." All right, so verse 3 and 4, we'll read them over again. "Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end," because everything does have a beginning and an end. That it says, "And the end is manifest." All right, which means the end is coming. We got manifest in one of our previous lessons that we made. Manifest, let's see. It means clear, obvious to the eye. All right. Exhibit. All right. Or exhibition. Could be another one. It's being exhibited. All right. Demonstrated. It's being demonstrated. All right. Present. Okay. There you go. Not present. That was present, Slakia. But there you go. It is present. All right. It's being presented presently. All right. So as all, Slakia, that is made, and the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. All right, so there you go. There you go. All right, we don't actually even need that because we can just use the phone for that. Let's go over and grab. Slakia. Yeah, we already got it up. So Let me grab a drink and we'll grab it, Lord willing. All right. Matthew 16:1 down through 4. It reads, all right, Matthew 16:1. All right. It's like you. The Pharisees also with the Sadducees came, and tempting desired him that he would show them a sign from heaven. Okay, so the Pharisees and the Sadducees came asking Yahushua for a sign from heaven. All right, how would they be able to tell things? All right. And then in verse 2 it says, he answered and said unto them, when it is evening, ye say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. Oh no, he's reading the same scripture again. We'll get used to it. All right. Guess what? Guess what? All right. All of us read the same scriptures. Why? Because the scriptures contain knowledge. They contain instruction. Guess what? All scripture is profitable for doctrine. Okay? As the scriptures say. Okay? So yes, you're going to guess what? When you learn, you go to college, what do? You learn the same thing over and over and over again. All right? And then guess what? They do a test on the end to make sure you actually learned it. All right? That's how you learn. Now, this is continue. We don't ever stop. College stops at some point. We don't ever stop. All right? We don't ever stop. All right? This truth continues. All right? Whether people that are in the truth fall out or not, the truth will still continue. Okay? So if you don't, there's been lessons put out about, I can't remember who made it. It was, despising lesson refresher. All right, made a lesson on it quite a long time ago. All right, talking about people that it was the same lesson. All right, well guess what? There's gonna be the same lesson made on the mark of the beast over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And guess what? If you don't like it, maybe the truth isn't for you. All right, maybe you don't like to learn. All right, maybe you don't like to, because guess what? Sometimes you can go in the same scriptures and you can learn something new. All right, that you never even knew. All right, but anyway, continuing on, getting that out. He answered and said unto them, when it is evening, ye say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. Verse 3, and in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the time? All right, and this the reason why we bring this out a lot is because it's ever so relevant. All right. Because it's true, all right. It's you can put it in a perspective that worldly people, they won't really understand, but they can hear it, but they don't hear it. All right, they have ears to hear, but hear not. All right. You can give the example like I always give an example. Say, hey, you see that big old storm cloud sitting there? What do you think? It's gonna rain, is it not? But you see all these things, earthquakes, all right, and fires and disasters and people shooting each other and men dressing like women and women dressing like men and he, she's and they, thems and this, that's, all right, and all these things, all right, and you see, murder and weird, crazy, weird, abominable shit going down, all right, that I don't even know about. Oh, people getting with animals, there's another one. You see all these things and all this weird wackiness and this disgusting abomination, all right, you can't see that we're in the end of this time clearly. Okay, but you can tell with it's a storm cloud, it must rain today. But you can't tell with all these things. You don't when there's some big event happens. There's a giant explosion, all right, or something, all right, or a giant fire. You don't say, oh, this is the Lord doing that. Oh, this is judgment, man. You say, oh wow, what a terrible event. This is Mother Nature, all right, or something even more dumb than that. Okay, this is So let's read it again in 3. It says, in the morning it will be foul weather day, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the sign of the time? You can't tell what times we're in. You don't know what times we're in. All right? Why? Because you don't have the knowledge. You don't have the understanding. You don't have the mental capacity. All right? Didn't give me that time, Satan. I got that one on you. Mental capacity. All right? You don't have it. You don't got it. Okay? So you don't get it. All right? And really, having a mental capacity is really having the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, dealing with you. All right? Because he's the only one that can give you that hard drive update. All right? That hard drive expansion. All right? You're still on the old. You're still running on hard drives. We're over here on SSDs, bro. Inside joke for the nerds out there. All right, but we're running at a higher level, all right, than the average person. All right, I'm not bigging myself up particular. I'm saying us that are in this truth. All right, trust me, I'll be quicker to big someone else up than myself. All right, Lord willing, but we're running on a higher, we're running on a different, hard drive storage, all right? We're running on a different firmware level, all right? And the only way you can get that update is if it's pushed to you through Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, I'll stop with the nerd terminology now. But really, and with that update, we'll just use update. With that update, that contains certain things, the ability to understand, the ability to get this truth. But a lot of people ain't going to get that update, all right? It's very exclusive, all right? It's very exclusive, all right? It's like one of those programs where you have to opt in for it, all right? Except this, you didn't do it from any doing of your own, all right? The Lord opted you into it, all right? You didn't really have any choice if you were going to get it or not, okay? So that's how it is. When you're wandering around, you don't get it, all right? But we can see it on a higher level, all right? I'm not bigging myself up. I'm giving esteem to the other brothers that get this truth, because they're on a higher level, man. They're on a higher level than your average person now, especially even the elect, man. They're on some special firmware, all right? They've had that firmware, all right, but they've had it the longest. All right, so they know how to work through it, all right, and really bring it out the best. It's like you. So let's get verse 4. It says, "A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall be no sign given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. And he left them and departed." Okay, saying, look, all right, you can tell when it's gonna rain, but you can't even tell what time we're in. All right, you can't even, it says you hypocrites. All right, and then it called them a wicked and adulterous generation. All right, there shall be no sign given to them. Okay, so let's continue on. Let's get Matthew 24:1. Down through 8. All right, and again, I believe we got some of these scriptures in the previous lesson, but hey, I tried to keep it different, all right, and grab a few different things, all right. But hey, we're dealing with earthquakes. We're gonna grab the same scriptures, all right. So Matthew 24:1 says, "And Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him to show him the buildings of the temple, like him. And Yahushua said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?" Okay, so they wanted to know. And who are these people? Let's go. The disciples. All right, so the Lord gave them answer. All right, but he didn't give them, February 5th. No, that's not how it worked. All right, he gives them signs. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. These are signs now. Ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. We're seeing some of those things starting up. For a nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. We're seeing some of those things now. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and they shall kill you, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended. We're going to continue on. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and deceive many, which we're seeing. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, which we're seeing. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. And that is currently happening now as well, all right, through, Great Millstone, all right, primarily, all right. That's the true gospel, all right, the true gospel, all right, not false gospels, the true gospel, all right, which, GMS has it, as well as a few camps that follow GMS, but that's it, all right, that's it, really, all right. The other camps, they don't teach the Bible. They teach what they think. All right. They just add the Bible into the midst of it. All right. And that's off. All right. That's off. So there you go. What was in here? What was in here? In verse 7. All right. Said, For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. And we are seeing that, okay? And we are seeing that. But guess what? You're not going to understand that. You're not going to have the spiritual ability to get that, to understand that that's the Lord, because you're running on the old update, man. You're running on the old firmware. You ain't got the new one yet, all right? You're running on, old firmware, man. And and we've been given access into the not the beta, but so to speak, we've been given access to a private firmware, all right, that not everybody has, all right. That's the best firmware of all. Okay, so Zephaniah 3 and 5, it reads, "The just Lord is in the midst thereof; he will not do iniquity." Iniquity. What is iniquity? Iniquity is sin upon sin. Every morning, it's also wickedness, all right? Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, all right? And this is the case. This is a case of him bringing his judgment to light, okay? He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. Okay, so there you go. There you go. Let's see. And verse 6, that's kind of, verse 6 is kind of reminiscent of the earthquake almost. If you read it, it says, "I have cut off nations, their towers are dead." I'm not saying this is about that specific earthquake. Don't get that wrong. I'm just saying it coincides with what we're talking about. "I have cut off the nations, their towers are desolate. I have made their street waste that none passeth by. Their cities are destroyed, so that there is no man, and that there is none inhabitant." So there you go. So let's get over to Numbers 23, all right? Because the Lord said he was going to do all these things, did he not? The Lord did say he was going to do all these things. So guess what? All these things are going to come to pass. Why? Because the Lord does not lie, all right? He's not like men, all right? It says, the Most High, Numbers 23 and 19, the Most High is not a man that he should lie, neither the Son of Man that he should repent. Hath he said, and shall he not do it? Or hath he spoken, and shall he not make it good? Let's go over in the Good News Translation, because I believe they got a good one on this one. It says, Numbers 23 and 19, "The Most High is not like men who lie. He's not a human who changes his mind. Whatever he promises, he does. He speaks, and it is done." All right, so if the Most High said he's going to mess you up, ooh, boy, you better be prepared to get messed up. All right, and that's really for you you Edomites out there. He said he was going to mess you up, so best believe he's going to mess you up. All right, for the elect out there, Lord willing, we're part of that number. He said he's going to deliver the elect. All right, so guess what? For you elect out there, Lord willing, I myself, as well as the brothers and sisters that watch this lesson, are part of that number. Guess what? He's going to deliver you. He said he's going to deliver you. He's going to deliver you. He said he's going to destroy you. He's going to destroy you. If he said he's going to do this, he's going to do this. He said he's going to do that. He's going to do that. All right, the Lord is not a man that he should lie. All right, but you don't get it. All right. Y'all don't get it. So let's get 1 Thessalonians. And this is why we're supposed to be watching, man. This is why we're supposed to be watching, paying attention, all right? Watching the signs, all right? Being occupied in the prophecies and meditation thereof, all right? Because, we're in the end days here, man. This is 1 Thessalonians 5 and verse 6. Actually, we'll just get it up from 3. Yeah, we'll get it from 1 actually. 1 Thessalonians 5 and verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. All right, and a thief doesn't tell you I'm gonna rob you in June. All right, we in June. All right. So they don't tell you, I'm going to rob you on June 4th. All right? They don't tell you that. That's not how it comes and you got robbed. That's how it happens, and that's how the coming of the Lord's going to be. He's going to come, and but guess what? Destruction. Boom. A lot of you are going to be caught off guard. All right? Lord willing, we're not amongst that number. It says, "For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." They shall what? They shall not escape. "But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Who's that brethren speaking of? The people that are within this truth, all right, within this the part of this ministry. It says, ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. And that's what we do. All right, that's why we put these lessons out. All right, that's why the ladies they watch the lessons. All right, because they can't really get it through the scriptures, so they have to have it explained to them by a man. All right, and that's what we do. Okay, so for they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet the hope of salvation. And that's what we're doing. We have the hope of salvation. We are the hopeful elect. We can't say 100% that we're the elect. No, but we can say we're of the hopeful elect. Why? Because we're hopeful, and we're hopeful, and what's the word I'm looking for? Not assured, but have a sense of confidence. All right, that we're of the elect. Not a hubris about it, not 100% for sure, but have a confidence saying, okay, I'm hoping, all right, it's looking good for me, all right, Lord willing, I'm of the elect. Not saying, I don't think I'm going to make it. I'm not, more than likely not. No, we don't do that, all right? We're hopeful, all right? We say, it's looking good for me, all right? I'm not saying you're part of the elect, all right, but, I've got a good chance. All right, I'm hopeful. Lord willing, I'm part of that number. Not on the opposite spectrum, saying, I don't think I got a good chance. I think I'm a 2/3. I don't think I'm gonna make it. You don't want to be in that mindset. You don't want to be in that mindset. All right, you don't. All right, you want to be hopeful about it. All right, you want to be hopeful about it. And let's get, as we mentioned just a minute ago, Sirach 39:1, and that's where we're gonna close out. All right, Sirach 39:1. It reads, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies. Okay, so that's what we're supposed to be doing right now. We're being occupied in prophecies. All right, we're looking for the prophecies, watching for the prophecies. All right, speaking about the prophecies. All right, and prophesying. All right, which you can't prophesy without a prophecy. Okay. Verse 2, he will keep the sayings of renowned men, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also. He will also seek out the secrets of grave senses, and be conversant in dark parables. He shall serve among great men, and appear before princes. He will travel through strange countries, for he hath tried the good and evil among men. So there you go. What are we supposed to be doing right now? All right, we're supposed to be being occupied in the prophecies. All right, not sleeping. All right, but watching. All right, being diligent. All right, that's what we're supposed to be doing right now, because guess what? These people that aren't doing that, they're gonna get caught up, man. All right, they're gonna get caught up. They're not gonna know what hit them, man. They're not gonna know. All right, and right now the Lord is really tearing it up. All right, as the lesson's called, the Lord is really tearing it up. All right, hey, this just might be the year that we get out of here, Lord willing. All right, if not, hey, it's soon. I don't see 3 more years for Babylon the Great. All right, I don't see that. No. All right. I'm not going to put a date on it, because I said we shouldn't be putting date on it. All right, but I'd be very surprised if it wasn't within the next year or so. All right, and if not, hey, guess what? Then it wasn't. And guess what we're going to continue to do? We're going to continue to sit right here, all right, and make these lessons. Lord willing, the Spirit is still on us, and the Lord's still dealing with us. All right, that's what we're going to continue to do. All right, we're at the end though. We can tell. All right, Babylon ain't got a whole bunch of time left. All right. Babylon we ain't got no 20, 30, 40 years. All right, we ain't got it ain't looking like no 5 years or 4 years. All right, ever since 2020, 2019, it's been, next year might be it if it's not this year. All right, next year might be it if it not this year. All right, so hey, things are really bad out here. The Lord is really tearing it up. All right, hey, and soon he's going to return. All right, and Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed. All right, and some of these things you see happening in these other countries are going to happen right here on American soil, as you would call it. All right, so hey, man, you brothers and sisters out there, hey, man, keep your eyes out. All right, stay awoke. All right, don't fall asleep now. All right, hey, brothers, you stay occupied in them prophecies. All right, keep doing the work of the Lord. All right, being that the Lord has the Spirit on you to do it. All right, hey, and you sisters, hey, keep on doing what you're supposed to be doing as well. All right, now's not the time to sleep. All right, so that we're gonna close out. All right, again, this has been the Lord is really tearing it up, and it's only gonna get worse. All right, so with that, We're going to close out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. I want to say shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring, keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Until next one, Lord willing, shalom.